Hello. Welcome back to Your Soul Revolution. I'm so glad you're here. There's been lots going on over here. So stay tuned, watch this space. Um, Today, I wanted to talk about how human design can help you get to know yourself. And I've had a few episodes now, quite a few, where I've touched on human design. Kim was with us last week to talk about human design. Um, and so I wanted to kind of take a step back and talk about how it's helped me get to know myself, the basics, how learning it can help you, because my superpower is helping you get to know yourself, helping you move through the world in a way that feels natural, authentic, good, like helping you remember who you are and do things your own way. And one of the biggest tools I use is human design. And it's not the only thing I use because I believe there's, um, programming and conditioning and traumas that come up even as we dive into what we do want, like reasons why we don't think it's possible, or things that get in the way, or how we've always done something and giving ourselves permission to do it differently. And so that's where like breath work, energy clearing, coaching come in on top of that. But human design is just this gorgeous way of showing you your unique blueprint for your soul in this world. And I just think I'm always like, I don't know why anyone wouldn't want to know this. Like, it's your unique map. Like I've said before, your like Google directions for life, like returning you back to your soul in a way that allows you to do life more easily, um, more like authentically, more you in a way that feels good and not just how everyone else is doing it, or how society says you should do it, or how your partner says you should do it, or whatever that is. And so I wanted to share that today and get into a few examples. I've been talking about human design so much with like clients, friends. It's coming up everywhere because I'm obsessed and I just share it with everyone. And I find with like being a conscious projector, like I'm being invited to share that so much more. And I just like glow up when I talk about it because I just think it's the key to discovering yourself. And again, like finding the way that you're meant to move through life. And so first of all, there's like the biggest things in human design are your energy type, your strategy, and your authority. And for me, what I think those allow you to understand is how you operate in the world, how you're meant to use your energy, how you're uniquely meant to show up, right? Then how you make a decision, how you know something's right for you, and then how you make something happen most effortlessly, how you make something come to you, how you make something show up, how you create something. So those are the three key things. And I think, like I've shared before, you can get into the way nitty gritty details of like so many other things. But if you know those three things about you, it will give you so much. And if you're just like following how you're meant to operate, paying attention to your energy, using um, your strategy to make like things happen for you, and using your authority to make the right decision for you, if you're doing those things, like life will flow. You will feel like yourself. Things will just happen more easily than they have in the past. And again, I don't want to confuse like things happening more easily with life being easy, because there is no such thing as a pain-free life, and there is no level that you get to where like it all just like is perfect all the time. I don't think that exists. So what I mean is getting to a place where, again, things just fall into place, or the answers or ideas come, or the person or opportunity or thing shows up when you're showing up as your most authentic self. And I think that human design so beautifully shows that to each of us because there is no one size fits all. I want to like have a poster and carry this around and scream it from the rooftops. Like, there is no one size fits all for anything, period, no exceptions. And so, using human design to come back to our truth, to come back to the unique way that we operate, that we show up, is just amazing. And I want to give you some examples today of what that's done for me, how I've seen it work for friends and clients, and the like how I'm always amazed and just more in love with it every day when I hear things click into place for people when they learn more about themselves. Again, human design is the tool, right? It's a doorway. There's other tools, there's other things out there, there's other ways. I'm not saying this is the only way. I'm not saying you have to know this. I just think it's so good and so helpful and so amazing at showing you your unique self. It's like a mirror, it's like a roadmap, your Google Maps to your soul, right? Um, to get to realign into what your life is supposed to look like for you. And I think the thing I'll say first is in this journey I've been on, one of the hardest things for me was I was like, okay, I've been living a life for someone else, but how do I now like know what I want? Everything I quote unquote wanted was mostly in response to what I've been told or shown or seen in other people. But then I was like, okay, how do I know what I actually want? And so the thing that human design has helped me is shown me myself. And by returning to myself, then I'm able to reconnect with my intuition, right? My authority and make decisions for me because I know how that feels. And so I know what a fuck yes is for me versus a no or a maybe or a not yet. And I'm able to figure out now what I desire, what I want my day to look like, what I want my life to look like, what I want my relationships to look like. And I had a really hard time. It was like someone gave me a blank canvas, but like I didn't know what was possible. I didn't know what the options were. It's like when you're in college and people are like, what do you want to do with your life? And I'm like, what are the options? There's bajillions, right? And how do you even start to decide what's right for you? And so I think human design really beautifully helped me reconnect with my authentic self so I could say, this is me, this is not me, this is my path, this is not my path, this is what I desire, this is not what I desire. And it's often the contrast, right? It's often seeing the things we don't want that helps us choose what we do want. And so there's never going to be, again, it's never going to be a pain free, perfect, smooth path. It's going to sometimes, life is going to sometimes show you, and again, depending on how you operate in different ways, what you don't want. So you can recognize that, have the courage to say no to it because you know it's not right for you, and then discover what is right for you. Then decide what the right path is, what the right thing is, who the right people are. So that's the first thing because I felt like I was like, I don't know where to start. What do I want? Who am I? I've been living this life for other people. I don't even know where to begin. And the other thing is it's helped me like get rid of the conditioning, get rid of the shoulds. It's helped me say, okay, if this doesn't feel right, maybe it's not for me. Again, knowing what my intuition feels like, knowing what that fuck yes feels like, I'm able to not settle for the no's anymore. I'm able to say no when I mean no. I'm able to say yes when it is a clear fuck yes. And that's not something as a people pleaser, as a whatever. I wasn't able to see that. I wasn't able to hear that. I wasn't able to know that before. And I think like we are triggered and conditioned by the world around us, by the noise around us all the time, even the people that we love dearly, because we're all different. So if we can clearly see what's ours, if we can clearly know what's for us, then it's so much easier to say yes and no and show up as ourselves, show up as who who we came here to be and create that life, like I said, in a more effortless way. Um, the other thing is, it's really allowed me in my relationships to know myself and ask for what I want. And I'll give you guys some really good examples here. Um, and I've been doing some connection charts lately, like for partners and um, parents and kids. And it's so, so amazing to see the charts give people permission to be themselves and allow each person to see how the other person operates differently. And one of the things I've learned about myself is I need space to process. I need slow mornings. I need things my way. And it was really hard for me in the morning to not like get up and have a cup of coffee with my partner because that's what we had always done, or get up and have food with him, even if I wasn't hungry. And so, what it has allowed me to do is get to know what my preferences are, what I enjoy doing, how I like to start my day, what that looks like, what I need first before anything else, when I need to shut off and just have alone time. And it allows me to more unapologetically own that and ask for what I need. Say, like, no, I'm not going to have a cup of coffee yet. I need to do XYZ first, right? And I think that we think like we're so used to just doing the same thing day in, day out. And again, society's set up that way. The thing I've noticed, especially with like learning my digestion and people's digestions, which is how you like not only digest food, but digest life, is we're all meant to do that differently, like everything else. And so this whole like societal norm of everyone sitting down to meals together, and that means you have like a healthy, wholesome family, like I call bullshit. Sometimes I don't want to eat a big dinner, and that's dinner's always been like the biggest meal for me growing up, even now. And so for me to give myself permission to like eat less or make a salad or skip a meal and not feel guilty for not like eating as a family. Again, when you know what is a fuck yes for you, it allows you to own that. It allows you to show up knowing what you need and like take no shit from other people. Like you are allowed to do what you need to do in this world. And that goes for everything. And so the little things like what you want to eat, when you want to eat it, how you want to eat it, the environment you need to be eating and absorbing and digesting in, we are all different. Like, let's give ourselves more permission to be who we need to be and do it in the way that's right for us. And let's give other people that same permission. Like, can I get an amen? Um, So yeah, I think the other thing I've seen, like with myself and my relationships and the connection charts I've been doing lately, and if you stay to the end of this episode, I'm going to give a discount code because I have just been obsessed with doing charts, especially connection charts, like basically for anyone in a relationship, like business partners, partners, boyfriend, like husband, wife, like parents and kids, whatever it is, right? So stay tuned to the end of this and there'll be a discount code for you to get a human design reading. But the things I've seen in connection charts is again, it just highlights for each person what the other needs. And like, for example, there's sacral and non-sacral types. And I was having this chat with my friend and her new boyfriend the other day, and I was explaining it to him what human design is. I was like sharing a little bit about his energy type, and he was already floored and he had no idea what human design was. And he was like, how do you already know me? What the heck? It's creepy. But again, because we each have this unique blueprint, like it allows us, I feel like I can read someone's chart and see into their soul. And because of everything else I've been through and who I am and who I guide you to be, it allows me to see not only in your soul, but like the highest version of you and how to let go of all the BS, how to step into that more authentically, how to be the biggest, boldest, most unapologetic version of yourself and love yourself for everything that you are, even the things the world told you were fucked up or whatever. So, anyways, I always get off track. I was talking to them and sharing like that one of them's sacral and one is not. And I was like, the big difference is she's like go, go, go all the time. Like she has this sacral battery that is like go. And when she's lit up and doing things that light her up, she could keep going. And that energy fuels her and overflows from her and fuels other people. And so for him, he can sort of like borrow that energy, right? But it's important to be aware because if you're continuing to borrow that energy and you don't realize it, you could be pushing against your natural energy and what you need. And then you could like crash or like hit burnout or get sick because you think you have this energy that you're borrowing, but it's like not really consistently yours. And so your body's like, okay, no, I need to slow down. And that can cause, yeah, like burnout or getting sick or our body like giving us messages of what we need and trying to tell us to do differently. And sometimes it's good to borrow that energy. Like sometimes, as certain parts of my chart, sometimes I like to sit in a coffee shop and be in an energy with other people without like being one on one and ride that energy and feed off other people and tap into that, right? But we have to know ourselves first so we can know when we're doing that and when our body's saying, like, actually, you need rest. And so that's just one example. But I think it's just so beautiful to learn about your partner or your business partner or your kid or your parent because, oh my gosh, it makes you understand them. You're like, oh, okay, now I get that's why they operate. Now I get that's why they need that. Now I get that's why they're like that. Now I get that's why they show up that way or that's how they make decisions and it's different than me. And it's just like we're all unique. Again, there's no one size fits all. Can we own that? Can we allow and encourage others to own that and recognize that and appreciate that and allow it to be the best thing about us and how we work together? We all get to bring our unique gifts and create like something even better together. Um, so the other thing I want to talk about is your gifts. And so in human design, you have certain gifts that are innately like that are your superpowers, right? That you just are good at them and you probably don't even realize it because you think everyone else is. But learning about your gifts, oh my God, just allows you to further own them, to further realize they are your superpowers, to show up with them, to give them in the world. And it doesn't have to just be like in your career. Again, it's in your relationships, in showing up in life. How you show up in life is always innately with these gifts that were given to you. And again, they were perfectly divinely given to you. All the exact gifts that you need to be who you came here to be and do what you came here to do. And it just when you can see those and really appreciate those, it's like a switch turns on and you just fucking have this permission and unapologetic authenticity. And oh my God, it never gets old seeing people learn their gifts and own them and take their power back and show up fully in them. It's like one of my favorite things in this world. And again, when you can, like in the connection charts, when you can see other people's gifts, it allows you to work together. Like, I don't know why, like, businesses wouldn't want to understand everyone's charts because then you can give people the things they're good at, right? Like, give the sacrals the stuff that like they love and then it overflows, energizes everyone else, and then give people the things that they're uniquely good at and allow it to be done in a way that feels authentic. And then everyone gets to do their own part and come together in this like gorgeous way that makes it all flow and makes it even better. Everyone brings what they're good at, and then it's like this amazing thing. And I've seen it in businesses where there's just something about it. Like every piece is like working together. Every person is working together. Everyone's owning their gifts and it's like this radical authenticity that it doesn't even matter what the business is. It just like glows in every aspect of it. It just falls together and it's like it's magnetic. It draws people to you. It allows you to, like, yeah, draw the people that are meant for you and draw the things that are meant for that business and operate more easily and in flow with everyone working together. So I just think, I mean, I could go on and on and on, right? But I just wanted to give you an idea of the things, like I said, even food, understanding yourself, what you need in the mornings, allowing yourself to be different, to take what you need, to go about your day in the way that you need, to take the rest you need, or maybe you can work longer without resting. We are all different. And if you can use this soul blueprint to really, really know yourself, it just makes everything happen more easily. It allows you to be more of yourself without caring what other people think, without being affected by all the noise around us of trying to do things this way, or you should do that, or no, don't do it that way, or whatever BS is happening around us, right? We all get to do it our way. We all have, like I said, our chart is divinely created. We are divinely created. We are given exactly what we need to be who we came here to be. And so there are no quirks, there are no imperfections. There are only unique gifts that give you what you need to show up fully as yourself. And when you can use this tool to discover who you really are, your whole life changes. Like I said, it's like a light switch gets turned on, and you're like, where was I before? What was I doing before? Holy crap. It's like you didn't know what was missing. You didn't know what was possible. And it just allows it all to click into place. And I don't know about you, but I'm here for that. Again, life, there's going to be pain. Life is hard enough. Like, there are just things that happen that rock us completely. But if we can know who we are, know how we're meant to operate, know how to make the right decision, and know how to make things happen for us, and know what we need, then we can give ourselves that in the midst of chaos, in the midst of grief, pain, hardship, whatever that is. We can stay authentic to us. We can grieve in a way that's authentic. We can give ourselves the space we need, the rest we need. Whatever that is, we can listen to our intuition, listen to our bodies, and it allows us to just always move through life in a way that feels more easy. And the beautiful thing about being human is, through all this chaos, through all this grief, through all this pain, we can hold both. We can be authentic, we can be loving, we can be in love, we can be joyful, and at the same time hold grief, hold pain. It's all part of being human. And when you know yourself, it allows you to understand that, to trust in yourself, to be certain in who you are, in what you need, and to give yourself that no matter what. And like I said, to allow others, to encourage others to do the same. And that's what I'm fucking here for. That's why this podcast is called Your Soul Revolution. This revolution is ours. We are fucking showing up as our most authentic self and giving others permission to do the same. And that is a movement I can get behind. I will die on this hill. We should all unapologetically be ourselves and allow and encourage others to do the same thing. And that, lovers, will change the world. I hope this was helpful in just understanding a little bit more about how human design can help you get to know yourself. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to this podcast. I love being here. I'm obsessed with being here. I love that you guys are here. I love when you show up in my DMs. I love when you comment. I love when you share. And because I am just obsessed with human design and everything it can show you, I am going to throw a 33% discount in the show notes for either a mini human design reading, a human design reading, or a connection chart, like a human design reading for couples. Again, relationship, platonic, friends, business partners, parent child, whatever. So look for that in the show notes. I love you guys so much. I hope this helps. I know the power of understanding your chart, understanding the charts of the people you love in your life. It will change the game in the best way possible. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Mwah. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.